source of income. You want to get at least 5, 6, or 7% to not only be able to spend what you earn, but grow your income over time. Especially if you're talking about online sources of passive income, such as blogs, Amazon, or YouTube. They require daily hours to function. It is not like you set up an account or figure out how the algorithm works. Your competition is going to corner you if you lose focus. Usually, it requires much more time than your typical 9-to-5 job does. So forget the idea where you could build something, forget about it, and party afterwards. Such passive incomes do not exist. Number 2. Real passive income takes a lifetime to build. If you think about it, there are essentially two sources of income that could be categorized as passive income to a certain extent: real estate and the stock market. Everything else requires a lot of hard work. That's why rich people mostly keep their fortunes in these two markets. Owning 1 or 2 properties is time consuming and isn't as passive as you might imagine. But owning 100 properties is easier because you can set up a small company that will take care of them and will vastly reduce the cost of managing per property. Economies of scale are going to make it profitable. The second real source of passive income is an index fund that has been growing stably for a long enough, such as the S&P 500. Based on the historical data, you can throw your money and forget about it while withdrawing like 4% annually. We've made an entire video about it, which link I will leave in the description. But to create such a passive income source, you need to invest at least $1 million to be able to withdraw $40,000 or $50,000 annually. That's what rich people usually do. They stash their fortunes in such safe investments and just withdraw 3 or 4%, which could amount to dozens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds, and stay rich forever. But to build such a passive income, you will need a lifetime, maybe 10 or 20 or even 30 years. But by then, you might not live long enough to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That doesn't mean you should not try, but you shouldn't make it as the only goal of your life. Number 3. Never let passive income be your main source of income. The problem with any source of passive income is that there is always a chance of losing it for one reason or another. Your book might not be selling as good as it was in the past. We might be in the middle of a pandemic and no one would want to rent your property. Or we might get into a recession and the market might just keep declining for months. But what no one can take away from you are your skills, what you're good at. It could be writing, medical skills, or social skills. Because at the end of the day, your money, assets can be taken, but not your skills. They will remain with you no matter what. If your entire business is based on Google's algorithm, then you are at the mercy of Google, like most YouTubers are. One shift in YouTube's algorithm and your entire business could collapse. Once upon a time, pranksters used to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but today they barely make enough money to pay the bills because they did not diversify and relied on the algorithm. Number 4. The more difficult it is, the better. Most people on the internet are looking for an easy, simple way to create 12 sources of passive income by filling a survey. But if you give it a closer look, that is not what you want. You want a source of income that is super difficult to build. It sounds a bit confusing, but if building that source of income is as easy as setting up a website, then anyone can do that. And the first rule of business is, it's really difficult to make money in a saturated market. If getting into that business is as easy as joining a program, then good luck making any money. Before creating any source of income, ask yourself, what barriers to entry does it has? Take real estate for example. You need a lot of money to get in, and even if you do, you will barely make 5 to 6% annually. Number 5. Don't be scammed by passive income courses. We have plenty of videos on the channel where we talk about passive income, where we share different passive income ideas. These ideas are not random. We have tried them and they work, but they are not easy and have multiple barriers to entry. However, with the rise of internet, especially on YouTube and Facebook, we are bombarded by passive income courses. They make these courses sound so good that all you have to do is get involved in the program, and you will be making passive income for the rest of your life. But the truth is that there is only one person who makes passive income out of the system. as the guy who's selling the course. I don't have anything against courses. In fact, I love online courses, but pretty often, especially here on YouTube, they're misused. But what if the course is for free? Then you should definitely check it out, because you're not losing anything, especially if it's filled with value like this course on Skillshare about the stock market. It is not easy to get into the world of the stock market. You have a million questions. But don't worry, I get it. I was once in your position, and to answer all of your questions, I have created a course that is simple, straightforward, and fully animated. I've literally